next couple days.
Just saw Draymond suffer what they're now calling a pelvic contusion in last night's game against the Spurs. I think the Warriors doctors get some credit for some creative names.
Their wordplay is immaculate.
It's not getting kneed in the whatever. It's first it was midsection contusion. Now it's pelvic contusion. Kevin Durant has a partial rib cartilage fracture. I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
We had Lee Jenkins from Sports Illustrated on the show yesterday. He was implying that maybe the Warriors have come some creative names for rest for guys who are a little bit banged up. I don't know. But Steph Curry is one of those guys. He is targeting a Friday return against the Hawks. Now, Draymond, obviously, from his contusion, will be back on Friday. But KD and Klay Thompson still out. Is there pressure on Curry to
Absolutely not. No way at all. Listen, all they have to do is be healthy.
Right.
I don't care what seed they are. All they have to do is be healthy. You talk about, early in the show, we talked about not knowing each other and cohesiveness and knowing it. These guys have that.
Yeah.
100%. All they have to do is be healthy, get the guys back. It don't matter when, no rush, because when you get them back, you want them to stay.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want them in and out of the lineup, so, no, there's no pressure.
You're talking about a team that won the championship with KD and without him. You're talking about a team that, when it's time to turn it up, they know what it takes to get to that next level and to win the championship. I'm not worried at all.
Okay, but so the Steph Curry conundrum is interesting because no player likes sitting when they don't have to sit, right? Y'all like to be in rhythm, especially a shooter like Steph. So if he feels ready, I know why he wants to come back on Friday. That being said, he has had several ankle injuries this year. Do you want to just bubble wrap him until the playoffs, or do you want to see him come back the last couple weeks?
No, Rachel. If you're ready, you got to play.
Yeah?
You know, if you're ready, you got to play. If you're 100% healthy, get out there and play, because everybody wants to get their rhythm, you know, and get going and you know, get in their bag. So, no, if he's healthy, it's a non-issue. You got to play.
It worries me.
It's only on him, Rachel. Like Chance said, he knows what he needs to do and how much he needs to play to have that rhythm going to the playoffs, and only he knows that.
Does that ankle that you've seen twists a number of times this year, does that...
When the playoffs come, you got to suck it up, bro. Ain't no time to rest now.
Okay, if the ankle doesn't work, you can't just suck that up, though. I mean, he's got to be healthy for them. He changes the geometry of their entire court.
You know, to Jack's point, they won a championship with and without KD.
But not.
You can't win it without this guy.
You can't win it without
When Steph had an injury he was nursing throughout the playoffs, that's the season they did not win the title. And obviously there are other factors there, but
that's my point.
It's not a small thing. So I mean, I know there's no way to prevent. You know, we're not playing kids ball here. There's no way to prevent a guy from getting hurt in the NBA, but it is. If you're a Warriors fan, you have to be nervous now.
It's like the Patriots not having Tom Brady.
And look, they got him back out for the Super Bowl when he had the injury, so I agree. Blake Griffin, drafted first overall by the Clippers in 2009, spent his entire career, of course, in L.A. before being traded earlier this season. He spoke to Mark Spears of The Undefeated about being traded and did not pull any punches about his former team. Here was his quote. "I never want to be in a place where I'm not wanted. Coming here to Detroit made me realize what a franchise looks like." Whew. He also said that he would have done his free agency differently, guys, if he had known he was going to get traded just 6 months later. Remember, they told him he'd be a Clipper for life, and they put his jersey up in the stands and all of that stuff. I don't know. What's your reaction to him saying he knows what a real franchise looks like?
Well, first of all, I think we both know what it feels like to be hurt. You know, you're heartbroken from a team. I'm sure that he's, you know, still a little hurt by how he was handled there, especially with what he did. I mean, he brought life to the Clippers organization. And on the flip side of that, you know, he probably does see what it's like to be with a franchise that's won championships, right? I'm not saying anything bad about the Clippers, but they haven't won anything. And you go to Detroit where it's a little different. You walk in those halls and you see rings and you see trophies, and that's a different feel. So he's probably speaking to that.
Well, you know, it's easy to say that now, being, you know, with the Pistons. You know, it's easy to bash the team you just came from, but you got to realize Jordan played for a different team. Shaq got traded. There's no loyalty in this. It's a business, so get out your feelings. You know, now, to what Chauncey said, to a winning organization, it's a totally different feeling. When I went from San Antonio to Atlanta, totally different feeling, okay? So you feel it and you see it. But it puts some positive juices flowing through your bones. You know, you want to go out there and play, you want to win, you want to put some trophies in those shelves. So I understand what he's saying when he mean that.
Okay, I do want to get back to, though, him saying, hey, he would have handled his free agency differently.
Sure.
not everybody can have a no-trade clause. There's a lot of different rules, but Blake was a guy who, because of his years of service in the organization and being with the same team, could have had a no-trade clause. He opted not to do that. There was kind of a trade-off in negotiations between that or getting the 5th year in his deal and the money he got from that 5th year. He opted for that partly because he was hearing Clipper for life, and he just didn't think it would be a thing. If you are a top-level guy, if you're, say, Kawhi Leonard, who is maybe negotiating a Supermax this summer, are you more likely, after seeing what happened to Blake, to put that no-trade clause in or insist on it?
Well, I mean, if you have the power to get it, I think you should go for it.
Jack, let me tell you something.
Especially if you want to stay somewhere.
Listen, you gonna put a no-trade clause or the last year at $40 million?
I'm going to get that $40 million.
Thank you. Enough said. What's the next subject?
Next question.
It ain't even, come on, it's not even close.
Money is the motivation.
Okay,
Are you kidding me?
I ask you guys this in a lot of different ways all the time, and it's because I don't know. I am not exposed to the level of money an NBA player is, so for me, all of these numbers sound like Candyland. Y'all are making...
Candyland for us, too.
Well,
we didn't play in this era.
Okay, so for guys who are max guys to begin with, who are making hundreds of $millions both on and off the court, at what point is your happiness of, hey, I have to live in a city I didn't sign up to live in for 4 or 5 years, or play with a team, or for a coach I didn't intend to make a choice to play for, versus an extra? And again, I know $40 million is a lot of money, but I think all of this is a lot of money. You told me $4 million, that's a lot of money. So where is the line of where you would trade, hey, I want my own agency and free choice versus money?
It's all subjective, right? Like, you know, you look at Blake and you say, okay, what if he would have not did that last year and said, I want a no trade? Who wants to lose for 4 years?
Right.
Does that make you happy?
Right.
You're probably going to be in that 2nd or 3rd year saying, dang, I know I can't get $40 million for 1 year after this.
But then you're Carmelo, and you can influence where you go.
Yeah, you can influence where you go, but you can't influence what you're getting when you get there.
That's true.
That's a big deal, right? It's a big deal.
It's hard. And look, and these guys, again, these are problems we should all have. But the idea of what to trade off. I am interested in this era of where the new CBA rewards guys to stay with certain franchises. It rewards guys to sort of get that extra year. But when there is so much money now, it is a different era than when you guys played, or certainly back in the Jordan years, the Magic Bird years, and just sort of, you have more agency. You got more choice now because you got more money from different sources. So it's interesting to see how guys use it. Here's what The Jump recommends today. I love this. I'm giving it a clap. Our Celtics beat writer Chris Forsberg dives into Haywatch. He chronicles all of the newsworthy portions of Gordon Hayward's road to recovery. He gives a little shout out to producer Tucker's Photoshops, which are excellent. He gives The Jump some love. Give it a read during the break. Haywatch lives, people. Gordon has said he's not giving up hope, and neither am I. Look at that bare-chested one.